Who thought that Tinubu would want to get the blessings of Afenifere at this time?
Edmund, good morning. Politics is dynamics and full of intrigues. And when it comes to politicking, you try to put your net to catch the fish that is robust enough to further your interest. I believe, having been a keen follower of the dynamics and political history and evolution of this country, having been a member of Afenifere, having been a member of the Alliance for Democracy, having been an elected member of the House of Representatives, National Assembly in 1999, on the mandate of Afenifere, I am conversant with the politics. Don't forget that this is not just surfacing. Obasanjo felt Afenifere was too strong, was becoming a behemoth, and he supported, energized the Yoruba Council of Elders that came out as like an abridged version of Afenifere. So the issue at stake is also now becoming a recurring decimal. Don't also forget that Egbe Omo Dudua was the offshoot of Afenifere. Don't also forget, you remember I am the author and the biographer of Samuel Ladoke Akintola in the Heights of History.
Yes.
To dislodge Egbe Omo Dudua, there was an Egbe Omo Lofin that was founded, promoted by the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Ladapo, son of Oba Ladapo, Justice Adetokunbo Ademola. You see, these are mishmash. And what happened on Sunday was just an history, perhaps repeating itself. I know that in the Afenifere conflagration, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu has not been playing a seriously political role.
Did he attempt to destroy Afenifere at some point? Because there was Afenifere Renewal Group at some point.
There was Afenifere Renewal Group. Afenifere is now a moral force, not a political force. You remember Pa Fasoranti, Pa Adebanjo, they are non-Nigerians, well above 90. And I think it is failure of leadership of our generation that we have not allowed these old men to have adequate rest after a well-deserved retirement. Why do we now rush to them?
Why did Tinubu rush to them?
Well, in Tinubu's impression, idea, he believes that he needs the blessing of Pa Fasoranti. Aside from being a leader of the Afenifere group, Pa Fasoranti on his own voluntarily relinquished power to his deputy, equally an old man, Pa Adebanjo. And there is a popular Yoruba proverb. When you put rope into the neck of a goat, you leave it to be. tí a bá fi okùn fún ewúrẹ́ á jọ̀wọ́ ẹ̀ lẹ́nu. Pa Fasoranti, if you see the theatre and theatrics of Sunday, you will know that was Afenifere beginning to sink.
Can we say that is also Tinubu in action? Perhaps he wants to finally sink Afenifere?
Students of science, they will say actions and reactions are equal and opposite. In 1962, this scenario that you saw came to play in Jos at the 13th annual conference of the Action Group. Because of ego, because of interests, so many leaders that founded the Action Group were expelled from the party. So it is not becoming a new thing.
Perhaps Baba Fasoranti sat back and said, okay, what's going on here? The statement he made on Thursday perhaps has doused the tension. Ayo Adebanjo remains the acting leader. Was it Afenifere that blessed Tinubu or Fasoranti?
Fasoranti blessed Tinubu.
Not Afenifere.
Because Fasoranti cannot on its own bless Tinubu without the presence of the current leadership of the Afenifere group.
And I learned the state chairman of Afenifere were not present in that meeting.
I am not even aware of that.
Only there was a secretary that was present, just one official that was present.
I think it was not a good show on Sunday. I think it was not a good show. My leader in the House of Representatives in the National Assembly, where we were there, Honorable Oladipo Olaitan, is the current deputy leader of the Afenifere group as we speak today. He was not there.
And even the letter of invitation I learned was not bearing the symbol of Afenifere.
It could not have, because there was no consensus had either, meeting of minds, in getting that invitation out. And I don't want to say it was a circus show.
You don't want to say it, but have you said it?
Edmond, I don't want to say. I am a member of the Afenifere, and I still believe